Okay, we're live. We're out here. Okay, yeah. No, you got to use tomato juice. You know that, right? I don't
Yeah,
know
we're
that.
talking about skunks. If if,
Right.
if we can catch everybody up to what we've been talking about for
Which is a real random thing to be talking about on a Saturday morning, right? How do we get? We were talking about wild animals.
we were
I
talking
think,
about wild animals because
and
we
the
both
wild animals that live in cities.
both of
And
us
then,
live in National Geographic episodes apparently.
yes,
So you've got gophers, you've got you've got hawks, right? So
right.
gophers, hawks. I had a bat fly in here,
Oh man,
and then we got
like
into skunks and and things like that.
yeah.
And
It was Debo the skunk in Boston. I'm telling you, biggest skunk I ever seen in my life, bro. I've never, and I was like, "What can you do?" Because he knew the way he would come out during the day is like the boldness. He lived in Dorchester, y'all. Look, Shaman Station. If you lived around there, y'all probably remember this skunk. Somebody somewhere has seen this skunk. I'm sure it has to be dead by now, but I'm sure like 20 something years ago, y'all
maybe not,
saw this
maybe
skunk.
not. Maybe he's just thrive. Maybe he's just
He,
been lifting weights and he's
Okay, near Shaman Station in Dorchester, there was a skunk. It was massive, and he would just, like I said, he would boldly come out daytime, and like he just didn't care. He knew that humans were not going to mess with him. And I mean, like, what could you do? Like, what would you do if you got sprayed by that monster of a skunk?
let me tell you, I was telling you the story about the kid that I was with that got sprayed by the skunk. The
Mm-hmm.
reason that I didn't tell you the reason he got sprayed. The reason he got sprayed was because he was kind of doing the like stereotypical white person in a movie thing where he's like investigating stuff, and I'm over there like that's a skunk. I'm not gonna touch it, and I'm not gonna get near it. I'm gonna stay all the way over here. And he got
Right.
sprayed in his face, like just like in the face. I was like, oh my lord. The skunk did
Oh,
not
was he
hesitate.
licking his mouth
It was
too?
in his,
Oh my
oh,
god!
he was crying. It was in his eyes, in his mouth. Like I
Did
had
he
to run
vomit?
and get an
Did he?
adult. Like it was bad.
Did he throw up? Because that's
And
what he
and he
get,
and he
bro.
and he smelled for days after that. Like you're saying, you have to get the tomato juice, but his mom just washed him with like soap and water and stuff.
You
And
gotta
oh my god, like
neutralize it.
I'll never forget when I first saw him the next day. In my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, well, he probably went home and got a bath and he's probably fine. And he walked
No,
up and it was like onions. Like my eyes.
no, you can't. You have to, and even the tomato juice, you have to do like several baths of it. Like it's
Right, like
still, yeah.
a few
You
coats.
gotta, you gotta douse in that for a few, for a few hours or so. It doesn't just go away. So that's hilarious. Oh my
I'm
god! All
telling you,
right.
like certain things, you have to. I feel like, and this is for everyone watching this right now. Even if you are not black, I think sometimes you have to approach things like a black person. We're very cautious.
Okay.
We're not.
I was thinking about. So I don't know if you've heard this expression "code black." Like when something scary happens and black people around, we hit the code black. We out, right? It's like we out. But I realized, isn't it sad? Like it's funny, but it's also sad because code black comes from the dangers of racism. We've been in so
100%.
much danger, like from for so long. We have a heightened sense of when things are going wrong. I don't know, like it's funny. I saw a video yesterday. It's like when black people hear a sound and everybody was like in the video turning around like, and it was funny because my daughter, we were in the living room last night and we had just made a pizza. And when the oven is cooling down, it's contracting. So it made a little sound. And my daughter was like, "What was that?" And I got so tickled because I was like, "Black people, we do not play like any sounds or anything, but we have this heightened, and it might even be genetic memory. We have a heightened sense of awareness of danger. So we don't
Well,
play.
even the other story that you told me about your daughter off air, it was like that exact same type of like situational,
Right.
like, hey, you guys, hey, like you
She's
can do
like,
that.
hey, I'm
I'll be
black.
right
She's
over
like, I
here.
don't know about y'all. I'm not getting in danger. Like y'all go ahead, like do your thing. She said, I'll be here to call. She was like, I was there in case something went wrong, and I can call 911.
That's amazing. She's
That was literally
I was
her
gonna say spirit animal, but she's a human being, so she's my spirit person in that like, in that moment. That is just me.
She said, I was in the back of the car, like I'm just waiting. I'm ready, but luckily nothing went wrong. But yeah, that we're all like our anxiety. That's why we have high blood pressure. We're always on edge because we are looking for the danger to stay alive. Like that is our survival technique, and it sounds
we live. No, I don't think it sounds crazy. Like I think it sounds like what we are going through. Like I feel like we are in a perpetual state of waiting for the other shoe to drop, which
and
I
I
think
think it's dropping. I think it's dropping right now.
Well, I was gonna say
We've been
this
waiting for
goes to
this.
what we're gonna kind of talk.
Yeah, it's been going on. This
Not,
what'd you say? I missed you.
no, I was saying I thought that like talking about the other shoe dropping is like I feel like that's where we are right now, and then I figured we could start talking about some of the things we were thinking
All
of
right.
discussing
So
today, going back to the Charlie Kirk stuff and yeah,
the
but
madness, the fallout of the racist people. Because, like, first of all, I I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not shocked white people are acting like this dude's not racist. Like, that part is not surprising. But at the
mm,
same time, I'm like, y'all really want us to be dumb and accept whatever you want us to accept and say this man wasn't a racist. I'm like, neo-Nazis are like up in arms over his death. They're mourning him. Neo-Nazis don't mourn non-racist people. Like this, like you want
well,
us to be dumb.
so what one of the things I know we were gonna discuss was that Jimmy Kimmel, his show was suspended indefinitely or preempted indefinitely by ABC after pressure from what is it, Sinclair?
I
I
don't
think
know.
is
I
the
just know.
yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I could look it up, but it doesn't matter.
I just know that the clip. Did you watch the clip that the suspension
Yes,
came from? And I
yes,
was like,
and
all they did was show what Trump did. Like the thing that's crazy to me is like they are basically showing what Trump did, using Charlie Kirk's own words. People are losing their jobs over saying what that man said. And like it's just
right.
like forget the First Amendment and everything. You're upset about what they said now? Like I don't like I don't understand.
And the where it really comes off as so disingenuous on the part of right wing and conservative individuals is I remember when Trayvon Martin was killed,
Mhm.
and I remember when George Floyd was killed, and on multiple conservative platforms, and not even necessarily that conservative, like places like Reddit, which kind of probably it's like you could debate whether it's conservative or not. But other places like 4chan and things, there were people who were Trayvoning, so
Mhm.
they would like lay on the ground with
Right.
Skittles, right? Like that was a thing
It's
that people thought was fucking funny. Then you had
right.
like the George
It's all
Floyd
free
challenge,
speech
and
from
someone would
right
be
wing.
kneeling on like it'd be the George Floyd
Yeah,
challenge, and someone's like kneeling on someone else's neck. Like all of these things are fair game to these people,
from
and
the
then
right.
when it's one of theirs, everyone
It's free
loses their mind.
speech. It's free speech for them. It's free speech for them. Like, but
Well, there
as soon as somebody
I saw a clip of Jon Stewart, and he pretty much hit the nail on the head. And this was like well before any of this stuff was going on. But he essentially said that the first people that they'll come for are the comedians, because
well no,
like
I know that he said that the first people that they came for were black women. They started firing black women very very early in this firing black women in media for being truthful. Those were the canaries in the tunnel. That was
The canary in the coal mine. Yeah, no, and that's the metaphor that I was going to bring up that John Stewart said. But yes, like yeah,
yeah. And then they started coming for the comedians, mostly women, and and now they're coming for the white men. And suddenly people are paying attention. But to me, it's like, were you ever paying attention? Like, I feel like as a black woman, I'm so tired. Like, I'm just like, bro, we told you this. We told you. Like, we told you it was going to be this way. We told you they were going to come for you too. And you guys were like, oh, like everybody is comfortable with fascism and racism as long as they're not being harmed. But suddenly, like, it's getting real. Like, it's really, it's weird because you're a parent too. We're raising kids in this madness. And what do you say? Because I was like, this is the most unstable time in my lifetime. And I'm trying to raise a child and get her to college in this madness. Like, what do you say? Like, when
I
there's
I want to bring something up. And I think it's a part of the problem. And I was looking it up. Just going back to Charlie Kirk for a second. I'm seeing if I can pull this quote up. He said, and I quote, "I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made up new age term that does a lot of damage." And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we're facing is there is a large swath of the populace that feels the same way he does. So when things happen to other people, they don't care. They don't have any empathy. So it's like, oh, that's happening to those people over there. So they're not even worried about it.
No,
Right.
they're not.
And then like to your point about how these things have been happening to black women earlier than when it happened to Jimmy Kimmel, for example. But then like some of the white guys see like, oh shit, like they canceled a white guy.
Right.
Like,
wait a minute. Ooh,
wait a second.
like,
Whoa. Right.
Joanne Reed lost her whole show. She was the top performer on MSNBC. No big deal. No big deal. But
hey,
Jimmy Kimmel,
you talk about a genocide, you got to go. Apparently,
right? Yeah. So I don't know how this is gonna
figure.
go, man. And then okay,
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
I know we were talking about this idiot last week, and I'm gonna call Charlie Kirk an idiot because he is an idiot to me.
Fuck Charlie Kirk. Listen,
Yeah,
y'all white racists watching this, you can try and fire me for wherever I'm working. Go dox me. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Charlie Kirk. My name's Chris Taliaferro. I don't give a fuck. Come at me, bro.
So like,
anyway, go ahead.
He's like, all right. So he held no office, no public office. He is not a public figure in the sense of he works for the public in any way. He was a podcaster. And the fact that our federal government were flying flags half mast for this asshole,
a podcaster with no education other than high school, not college,
right?
not
a high school, a community college dropout, and we're flying flags half mast, and then we're having a day of honor. Like, I feel like as part of me is going through this. Like, we're black people are sitting this one out, which as we should. We should be sitting this out because we didn't create this problem and it's not our problem to fix. But if I were a white person, I would be flipping stuff over right now because what are you talking about? Who are you honoring? This person is not even, he's not important enough to honor in any capacity. And he's a freaking racist. Like, what are you doing? How are you not outraged to the point of like tearing up the whole thing? Like, I feel like they should be in the streets. They should be banging on the White House doors. Like, I feel like these people are not showing enough outrage because this is going to get worse the longer they sit there. And I think they're waiting until he drops a bomb on some white people to, like, do something, because it seems like they're so passive and they're so placated. Like, oh no, like, I just don't understand. Like, I get black people sitting out because we're going to get killed. If we get outraged, we get killed. So, and that's what he's just been trying to do with provoking Washington, D.C. and Chicago and Memphis. They're trying to provoke black people into a battle. LA, all of that's happening. We're not falling for it. We understand the
Right.
program. We've been dealing with this a lot longer than they have because we didn't have blinders on. Because again, I didn't even understand how white people are able to function in a society that it's obvious racism is existing.
They desperately want to include us in this nonsense. And the fact that we are largely not playing ball is just baffling them and frustrating them. Look at what was
Right.
happening with HBCUs, where it was like, oh, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, like we're gonna like lock down this school or that school or make sure like
Right.
a
Because they were
white
getting
guy
threats.
said a white guy. That doesn't have anything to do
Right.
with
White
us.
on white crime.
That's white on white
White on
crime.
white crime. White on
Charlie
white
Kirk got
crime. What do
shot.
we have to do with
Charlie Kirk got shot because he wasn't far right enough and anti-Semitic enough, which is wild. Because the
right.
reality
Right.
is, the shooter, as you know, at the time of this recording, the general belief is that, based on the etchings on the bullets, some of the unfired bullets, there were references to that Groyper group who's led by Nick Fuentes, who is just an
Mm-hmm.
anti-Semite. I mean, he just does not like Jewish people, and like that's like I think he would even say that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like extremism breeds extremism, and it led
It
to
does.
Charlie's death, and that has nothing to do with
It's
black
what's
people.
crazy.
But what they want to do
It's
is be
crazy.
like, black people, what do you want to say about this? You know,
Yeah, no, okay, so two things. The white men down in Huntington Beach, California, marching, saying white men fight back. Who you fighting
fight against
against?
who? Who you fighting?
Fight back. Fight back who? Like it's y'all. Y'all shot each other. So there was that. And then oh god, I forgot that quickly. Damn, I forgot my other point. But like who are you what do you want us to do? Like the thing that's crazy to me is like you want to I remember. The bunch of people, black folks who are working in these environments with white people are trying to provoke black people into conversations about Charlie Kirk. And I love that a lot of people are responding like, who's that? I don't know who that is. Because they want you to either be like, he was a horrible person, so they can be mad at you, or they want you to agree with them. So there's this passive aggressive thing that white people are doing to black people at work where they're trying to engage in these conversations about Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk ain't got nothing to do with us. That's the part that's just crazy. Like his death he was a racist piece of shit, but his death has nothing to do with black people. We are not involved. We are not involved. And the fact that white people are trying to push this narrative that you guys are horrible because you are like celebrating his death. Every time a racist dies, I have a good time. Every time I hear about a racist dying, I have a great time.
But again, I know I already made this point, but I think it bears repeating. The hypocrisy there is that time and again we've seen, in conservative spaces and message boards and rooms and like comment sections, people making fun of George Floyd, people making fun of. I've seen people make fun of Tamir Rice, who was a 12-year-old boy playing
They
with a toy
do.
gun.
They are disgusting human beings who have made fun of black people being killed by police, black people being harmed by racists constantly. I mean,
if you
they don't.
if you Google Barack Obama lynching, you will see so many
Yeah,
examples of people, for their Halloween decorations and things, literally just hanging Obama from a tree. I've personally
right.
seen somebody like
Casually,
there was
casually.
somebody in Jersey, like I saw that in person. I drove past a house where they had Obama in a noose hanging from a
Mm-hmm.
tree. Like,
Yeah, no,
okay, I guess that's cool.
they're perfectly okay with their cruelty and their disgusting behavior and their celebrating of harm to black people. And that's okay. It's okay. But when the shoe is on the other foot, when black people are pointing out like he's a piece of shit and we're laughing, that's too much. like suddenly you're a horrible human. And then they doxed all these people, but they had to take that website down. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah,
like every
they did.
person that said something negative, they found like everybody's socials and went and made a whole website. The website got taken down because they're getting sued. So they had to take the website down. But the fact that you got like, it's like, I don't understand like racist people, because racist people like to dish it, but they've never been able to take it. Like they've never been able to handle the same energy coming back at them. So they get all upset when people are basically behaving in the same way that they behave. Like they're, as much as they like to call other people snowflakes, they really are the snowflakes. They break down. Same energy comes. Oh, you guys are horrible. It's like, but you just said the same shit. Like literally 2 months ago. Like you're not fooling anyone. Yeah. So on the same topic, but the black people, let's talk about the coons that are out there right now. Can we talk? Because we can we have a moment for the coons?
Wait, hold on. If we're gonna, okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it. But if we're gonna talk about coons,
okay,
can we play my coon music video? Pretty please.
Okay, we can play the coon music video if you send it to me. But okay, so let's start with, we talked about the coon Candace Owens last week, and how she was an opportunist, and how
opportunist. I've never heard that. That's great. I don't know if you invented that or if you got. That's great.
I didn't invent that. I read that on Twitter many years ago, and I was like, "Yo, opportunist is the best word ever."
No, I'm gonna use that.
I can't take credit for it. But there's so many opportunists in the world, and Candace is one of the biggest opportunists there is. But now she's asking for help, right? Like she's in danger or something.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and I'm like, and this is the thing.
I sent a video in the chat.
Okay, here's the thing. I keep seeing posts about like we got to protect Candace Owens, and I'm like,
protect Candace Owens? What? No.
Don't get the umbrella.
No, we don't.
We don't. You don't get to be under our protection when you decided that we were your enemy so long ago, because you were taking your opportunity to go and work with some white people and talk bad about black people. Like you don't get our protection. Like go back over there. I hate when people choose a side and then realize that even though we warned them that side's not good for you, you went over there. Stay your ass on that side. Go back over there and let them.
Go that way with that.
Yeah, so he's like, hold on, I'm trying to download your video. Okay.
Okay, no, you got it.
And then the other thing, she's being sued by President Macron's wife.
Yes, I did see that.
Yes. For saying
that's a whole, that woman's a whole can of worms, and like that's a
First of all, this woman ain't playing. I'm here for it. I do keep up with the trial a little bit. I do check in to see. She is coming for her. That Candace is about to be.
She wants the smoke. She wants the smoke.
She is smoking. She is roasting her up. Like the money that Candace is about to owe this lady for calling her trans and being transphobic is about like I think. I know some people believe in karma or whatever. I honestly am like, yo, don't put anything out into the world that you don't want coming back to you. Like, that's how I feel. I don't know how other people feel. But Candace has done a lot of terrible stuff for money. Because again, she's an opportunist. So whichever way the wind blows, she's gonna take the money. And now the chickens have come home to roost. And she's going through it, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna just sit back, like, yeah, like. But I'm gonna need all the other black people who are jumping up, like, we should protect her. No. Let her stay on that side. But then the amount of black people, like, oh, Charlie Kirk wasn't racist. Because did you see Van Jones's tweet this morning?
I did. Oh my god! I should. You know what? I should have brought. Hold on. I'll pull it up.
Wait, I got something. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna show your coon video. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's do that first.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys follow Chris, but this is the type of stuff that he posts on a regular basis. It can get a little crazy. All right, that's
Black folks selling out their homes so they can buy a bigger home. It's sad to see, but true common these days across the universe. With not so much as a smirk, they're out here mourning Charlie Kirk. These niggas don't seem real, but here we are across the universe.
It was funny because in the
trash can.
comments there were people saying like there were so many coons that I left out. They were like,
Oh
where
my god.
I'm trying to think. There was one person that everybody kept saying that I left out. I was like, fair point.
Yeah, you're right. There's so many. There's
There's a
so
lot.
many. I know. Okay. I wrote a tweet a long time ago. I can't remember what it says verbatim, but basically, I pointed out that there will always be Black people who will go against us and what's best for them, just to be like, be accepted by white people. Like, it's always been there.
Oh, Tim Scott.
Tim
I'm
Scott,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
go ahead. But
always been there.
but yes, you're right. Right.
They've
Yeah.
always been there, and we just got to ignore them. Like, this is the thing. As Black folks, we got to stop platforming these people. Let them be platformed by the white people. Stop giving them freaking attention, because it's the problem is they feel like, oh, you guys are so mad at me. Like, I posted this morning because I saw Van Jones's stupid thread. And so I posted this. I was like, I took action. So this is me taking action. I want everyone to take action. Block Van Jones. Block him, because that is what you need to do. Stop giving these people freaking attention. This is the problem. We always want to, I don't know, I feel like we want to help them. They can't be helped. Coons cannot be helped. They have decided that they want to be with the whites and the racists. Let them. Did you see that guy?
Let them do it.
Right. Like, I don't know if you saw that screenshot that was going around. The guy was like, "Oh, I'm ready to stand beside you, brother." Like some Black coon. And the dude was like, "Get the fuck out of our country." Like,
I loved it, because that's what those types of folks fail to realize. You're never going to be one of them. You can capitulate to them, and you can do all the, like, you can be nice, you can be respectful to them, you can say rest in peace Charlie Kirk, and at the end of the day, to them, you're still a nigger.
Right. And that's what it is. And that's how it is. And I feel like every time we give these coon-tastic Negroes attention, because I just ignore them. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to spend time being upset at what you said. I don't even care. Like, I saw his post this morning. He's like, I got a DM from Charlie Kirk. I was like, block. Like, I'm not even going to, I don't even know what he said. Like, I didn't even read it. I'm not going to entertain it, because I already know who Van Jones is. I've already seen how Van Jones moves. He is another opportunist. Wherever there's a moment where he can hop to get some money or to get some attention from some white folks, he's one of those that will do it in a heartbeat. So when we identify the ops in our people, we just gotta say, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Go over there. Scoop.
Go over there. That's fine. Look, I could you imagine if we were in the waning days of World War II, and you saw me write an article that said, hey, like, I had a conversation with Hitler, and like, this is what was going on.
And this is the thing, like, right now so the problem is the white people are not reacting in a way that they realize that everything is in danger for them, and they need to, like, go knock some shit over. But then we, like I said, as Black people, we want to have solidarity amongst ourselves, but we're never going to have that, because we're always going to have these coons over here who are trying to get with what they perceive as the power.
Right.
And so, it's always going to be this. You're just gonna have to leave them behind. What was it, Harriet Tubman? Sometimes you got to shoot some of these Negroes. Like, you got to get rid of them. Like, we cannot, like, we can't, like, you can't sit with us. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, we have
You
to
can't sit at
stop.
my lunch table. Like,
You can't sit with us. You not with us. Like, we're not talking to you. You got to give these people dead silence. You got to just completely ignore them, because what they're saying is not for us anyway. It's not for us. So we should just treat it as like it's not for us. Like just immediately, full stop, ignore the coons. And there's a lot of them. Your video is hilarious because it's a lot of them. And I don't even understand how you get to be a coon. I've been around white people. There's no way that I'm going to be like giving up and putting my folks to the side to hang with them. Like, have you
I remember. So when I was in high school, I was like very pro black, and I was in the Pan African Club, and like did a lot of things like just for my people, because I felt like that was right. And then I'll never forget. I had a bunch of white friends. I still have a bunch of white friends. It is what it is. That's the country we live in, But I had a friend that was like, well, like maybe like I know you're doing pro black stuff, but like maybe you're giving some white people a hard time, and like maybe they're not as racist as you might think. And then right after I had that conversation with my friend, it was my freshman year of college, and my two white roommates thought I was asleep, and one of them was like, yeah, these fucking niggers. Like just like out loud, like it's just like in 2001. It's not like this is 1945 or something. Like this is
did you hop up and start clearing the room, or what did you do?
So what I ended up doing, right? So I wrote the so it was what the one guy's name was Chris, but then the other guy's name was, I think, Rob Whitehead. His last name was Whitehead, but I think his first name was Rob. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. So I ended up writing a note. Let's just call him Rob, because we call him Whitehead because that's hilarious that his last name was Whitehead, and
he's hilarious.
He's doing some Whitehead ass shit. So Mr. Whitehead, Whitehead, because I'm not going to call him Mr. Fuck that kid. So I wrote him a note, and I put it on his desk, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I heard you guys last night, and if you think I'm a nigger, why don't you say it to my face?
Right.
And he came up to me, and he was boohoo crying, and fucking he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Can you accept my apology? And I looked him dead in the face and said, no, I don't accept your apology, because I don't think that you really mean it.
No,
I don't care.
They don't. No. Okay. So as a person that grew up in a city that was at the time majority black, and all my schools were black, I realized that a lot of people who grow up in like in a majority black space, we lose the survival technique that a lot of black people have who don't grow up in a mostly black space, which is centering white comfort. I've never had the ability to center white comfort because I didn't grow up centering white comfort. And I noticed it when I moved out of DC and I moved to Boston, and I noticed that the black people there were always kind of cautious to not upset white people. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if you get upset. Like, you can get upset at something I said. So my lack of centering white comfort made white people like they would they would be jarred at the things I say. And I've always done that. Like, there's a lot of people who are in my professional circles who will tell you that she just tells you exactly what's going on, and you just got to sit with it. Like I don't give a damn. Like, you got to sit with it.
But
so
you know what I've I'll compare it to something that, okay, so bear with me. Just give me a second. So, that I run a few pro-feminist spaces online, right? And we moderate some of those spaces together, right? So um there's like a meme, and I'm paraphrasing the meme because I can't exactly remember it, like, but it was like the guys that aren't mad that you're like talking about guys,
Right.
like it's like that's what, you know what I mean, like it's like
Yeah.
good guys don't care when you talk shit about men.
Right. They don't, because it doesn't apply to them.
Right. Like so it's like I I see that a lot with the white people that I interact with. The white people that
Right.
I interact with don't have any problem with me saying white people are this or white people are that, because
Right.
they understand, like, okay, well, like these things are just inherently bad, and
Right.
like no sane black person would support these things. So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and like say, like, you know, like I'm not trying to make excuses for white people at all. But there are some that, you know, that really like kind of internalize that and understand that. Um
Hmm. But
Anybody
they
that
but
no
white
go
people
ahead.
are used to being comfortable. The thing is,
Right.
even right
Yes.
now, part of the reason they're not out and outraged is they don't want to disrupt their comfort. Like, it's a thing. Like, I want to be comfortable and you're making me uncomfortable, and I don't want to deal with you making me uncomfortable, because then I have to face the harsh reality that things are not what I imagined them to be. And
You're saying exactly what I was trying to say.
yeah,
Yes.
so white comfort is a thing. Like, they really would like to not, they want to put their head in the sand. Like, they don't want to see racism, and oh, no, I'm not racist, because that's making me uncomfortable that you're saying that something I did is racist, and I'm not a racist person. I don't have a racist hormone in my body. It's discomfort. And I realize that a lot of people center white comfort because it's a survival technique. Like, I acknowledge that, if you grow up in white spaces, white people being uncomfortable can be a danger to your life. So I get why so many black people have this inherent reflex to center white comfort. And
Neither,
and I,
neither of us live in Mississippi. We both live in like
right,
predominantly like blue states.
right, but it's still a thing in blue states. It's still a thing
Absolutely,
in spaces.
absolutely. But
It's
I
like,
can only imagine it like in like the
yeah.
reddest of
I
red.
know
How, yeah.
somebody who was born, I want to say Mississippi or Alabama, and when
I'm
they
here.
were
I gotta
okay,
check my
when they
food.
were a child, he's cooking, y'all. He always gets up when he's cooking. When they were a
Can I
child,
tell you what I'm cooking today?
hold on, let me do this story. They were a child,
Okay.
and a white person called them, a white child, another child called him the N word, and my friend proceeded to beat the brakes off of said white child. Um, at that time, that put his life in danger. So mom had to ship him out the state. And this is somebody in my age group. This ain't ancient history. This is not that far back. Like, people think it's so far back, but yes, when you do something to make white people uncomfortable, there are consequences depending on where you live. And so I understand why black people do the thing where they're like centering white comfort. I just don't, because I never had to. It wasn't something I had to do to survive to my environment. So when I started noticing how white people were like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you upset? Like, I said what I said. Anyway, what are you cooking, Chris? Like, we want to know.
Ooh, I'd love to tell you. So I am currently braising some short ribs. Okay.
Nice.
And
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't decide in terms of what I wanted to eat. So I've got the short ribs going. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm about to check on right now is the bird. I have a stuffed chicken with like stuff
Ooh, what do
in there.
y'all have? Are you having a party? That's a lot of food.
What,
It's just
what I you know what I
like three
like to
of
do?
y'all, right?
I like to meal prep, and
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm sounding so pretentious right now, but it's true. Like I make really big meals, and then
Mm-hmm.
like I'll kind of like put them in containers and stuff, and then like as I go through the week, you know,
Right.
after I come back from the gym or something, like I'll like eat my little meal, and then
Mm-hmm.
like so a lot
I,
of times.
I don't know if I meal prep, but while you're going to check your food, I'm gonna tell you what I'm cooking tonight.
Go ahead.
And
No, I'm sorry because I do have
uh,
to check it. I
yeah,
think it's
okay.
burning. Hold on.
So, so what I think I'm going to make tonight, and if I don't get to it tonight, I'll get to it tomorrow. So I'm going to make New York strip steak.
Oh,
Um, huh?
sounds amazing. That's like a top 10.
And so I'm gonna do New York strip steak, and then I think I'm gonna make my Mediterranean orzo, and I think that's the recipe. I might record it because I'm doing the 30 vlogs in 30 days. And that Mediterranean orzo is like the best side dish for like everything from beef to seafood to chicken. Like it's good.
What do you put in? Like what like?
That's the thing. It's such a good dish. It's such a great side dish that I think I'm gonna record myself making it today. Okay. Because like it's something that you can make and make if you make the whole box of orzo, you can pair it with other dishes on the side. Like it's something you can add to your meal prep. Like if you made your chicken and your short ribs and whatever, it'll be the side that you can just add to it, and it's really good. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna
be dialed into that video. By the way, if you
right. Because my friends who've had the Mediterranean orzo, they're like, "Oh my god! Like, what is this? Why is this so delicious?" So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. So,
let me ask you a question. So, if like whatever meat you put in there, could I substitute it for Charlie Kirk neck meat?
So Charlie Kirk what?
Neck meat.
So there's no meat in the Mediterranean orzo.
Okay. So
there's no meat.
If I added meat, it would.
But it's not a vegan dish. It does have feta cheese in it. So I don't know. So like I'm gonna.
You lose me at cheese because you know this. I don't eat. You know I don't eat cheese, right?
But you don't have to put the feta in it. You don't have to do that. Okay. It still would be good without the feta. I like it with the feta because that's what makes it Mediterranean. It adds a little something to it. But you don't have to put the feta in it. But the feta, it adds something to it. It's feta cheese. It's not like, I don't know. You don't eat any cheese at all, but feta is like a goat cheese. It's not a cow's cheese, and it's not the same. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a flavor that it gives, but it's not a like.
No, but you got to understand how deep my cheeseless life goes. Like, I've never eaten a burrito.
Okay, that's crazy, and I'm not gonna even.
I've never had a cheeseburger. I've never had mac and cheese. I've never had lasagna.
Even when you were a kid, you didn't have it?
No.
Why not? Is it because you're allergic or something?
I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm not allergic. Nothing. The smell of cheese just makes me want to gag, and it just seems gross.
It's pungent, and if you ever been to France, the cheese shop, you can smell it before you get there. Like that's the crazy part.
I haven't been to France. I want to go.
Let me tell you,
I feel like France is like the cheese capital. Like I kind of want to go because I want to go to the Eiffel Tower, but I don't want to smell any cheese, and I think it's just going to happen.
Okay, so as a person who loves France, I'm gonna tell you right now, I still have not been able to make it into a cheese shop. And I love cheese. But the smell, like, because cheese is very pungent, especially their cheeses. They taste amazing.
That's like I love because cheese. It's like in France, that's like real cheese. You know what I mean? Like that's not
real. Like I love cheese. But when I live there and when I've gone back, I still have not made it into the cheese shop because literally you can smell the cheese before you even get it's so, and I don't know if it's because I just have a heightened sense of smell. Like I realize that I smell things that a lot of people don't smell. So I'm like, maybe it's me. Maybe I just smell it. But it also probably helps with my ability to taste. Like I taste food and I love food because of the way it tastes. So I appreciate the cheese, but I'm like, one day I got to go in this cheese shop because I want to try the high end cheeses. But I have definitely had a hard time with the smell. So I get that point, like, oh, it smells awful. A lot of cheeses do not smell very nice. I will admit that they do not. Like, they don't smell like they taste, which is weird because it's like, why do they not, like, okay, the things that don't smell like they taste, like broccoli and cabbage, when you cook those two, they smell horrible.
But they're so good. I know exactly what you mean. I love broccoli and cabbage, but they smell like shit when you're cooking them.
Right. And that's the same thing with cheese. Like, it's like a mind, you're screwed up in your head because you're like, why does it smell like shit? but it doesn't taste like, and that's cheese. That's cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
It's
right.
like, you know what, I might be like it. I know that it's kind of like a me thing, but it's when I smell cheese, it's not even that it's gross. It's almost like, imagine if you tasted soap. Like if you taste it, you're like, I'm not supposed to eat this. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
Like
I
that's
will agree. The range, because most Americans, like my daughter won't eat American cheese. I just want to point out that I have a food snob in my house, and it's probably my fault. It's probably my fault, but
no,
you
good
know,
on her though. No, have stand.
right?
There's nothing wrong with standards. There's
She
nothing
has
wrong with
very
standards.
high standards,
Good,
which is
good.
it's probably my fault. I get it. But she don't like American cheese. She says it's disgusting and the texture and the flavor. She's like, no freaking American cheese. Okay. There's no, and I will say that the cheeses, one of the things I learned that when I left the country is that the cheeses that we have here are kind of trash. Like they're not good levels of cheese here. So I have to be like, yeah, she's kind of right, kind of trash. But when you realize that there's so many more levels of cheese and what they do and how they enhance food, and you got to know what you're doing. Like it's it's not, you just can't just sprinkle anything on something and think it's going to taste good, because it depends on the type of it won't. Like you got to know what cheese goes with what. And so totally understand if you don't want to put the feta, but the feta does enhance the Mediterranean ozone. So when I do the recipe, I'm gonna just say maybe you just get a little tiny little bit, maybe try a little sprinkle.
No.
Because it does enhance the flavor, but it's the same thing. It's like it smells really bad. And then in the cheese shops, I would never get over how bad they smell. Like I would never ever
believe it. I believe that it would smell gross, because it's like, hey.
Okay, I got another story. We got to talk about. I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a singer named David who spells his name with a 4. That's fucking
the
offensive.
body in the okay, no, go ahead. No.
First of all, I want to discuss.
I can't believe that we didn't talk about this off air as a topic, because oh my god, I'm dialed in on this. Go ahead. You.
First of all, I hate that his name is
take
David.
Notes, and I'm ready for this.
His name is David and it's spelled with a 4, and I'm angry about that as an adult. Who let that go? Okay, because I was talking to my child and I'm like, do you know who this artist is? Because I'm dialed into the story. I'm like, do you know? And is his name David? Like, is that how you pronounce his name? Because it's spelled with a 4, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like when and there's no I in it. It's just D.
No. You know what's funny? I thought that I was annoyed when Kesha and Mace both used a $sign in their names, until I saw David with the 4. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of not the Fantastic Four movie that came out just now, but the one that came out with Michael B. Jordan. I want to say like 2015, 2016. They spelled it like the A in Fantastic was a 4, and I hated that shit. And it's the same thing.
I'm angry.
It's stupid.
Because I feel like we
right to be angry. Your anger is justified.
I feel like we're letting foolishness slide as a society, and we got to stop it somewhere. So anyway, I never heard of this person, David, before this, but when I saw the name, I was like, is he not trying to say David? Like, I was like, I know that's not what he's trying to do. But then I read the story, and a body is found in his abandoned Tesla in the Hollywood Hills, dismembered body. They finally ID the body, and it's this girl, 15 years old, named Celeste, who's been reported missing since last year,
and whose mother says has a boyfriend named
David. So the information.
And by the way, wait. The name of David's biggest song, "Romantic Homicide."
Oh yeah, "Romantic Homicide," and he has an unreleased song called Celeste. They have matching tattoos on their index.
Both of those songs are allegedly about her, but.
He released his album on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He has something like his fans can sign a casket or something at the tour. Some weird, just a bunch of weird shit. Like, and then he's been in contact with this girl since she was 12 years old. So they've got and this is the thing. I'm angry that this girl has lost her life. I'm angry that this person who's 5 years older than her, 17-year-old, should not be engaged in conversations with a 12-year-old. Period. Like that, no, like that doesn't fly with me. But this is why, as an adult, every time I read about this story, David wasn't with this girl in isolation. Like, this is the part that's pissing me off. Like, he should be arrested. Like, people are like, why hasn't he been arrested? There's enough circumstantial evidence to kind of build a case. I feel like the investigators are probably taking their time, so they have a solid case.
That was my only thing. But at this point, and again, you can tell me if I'm wrong because you are literally a lawyer. But I feel like there's enough. Like,
well, the thing is the way that the laws in California, especially over homicide, like one of the reasons they weren't able to convict back in the 90s the athlete
who
the LA riots and everything were over.
I'm trying to think of people.
The black dude that killed the white lady, the football player. I can't think of his name.
OJ Simpson.
OJ. Okay, OJ.
Yeah.
Part of the reason OJ wasn't convicted is they really fudged the investigation. Sure. They jumped the gun and they arrested him too soon. I'm not so upset that they haven't arrested him just yet. What I'm upset about is this dude did not see this girl in isolation. I know a teenager when I see a teenager. Do you know a teenager when you see a teenager?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Right. So
I was literally hanging out with my son and his friend last night, and my son's friend is a good kid and my kid is a good kid. They're very much children. They're teenagers.
Right. So there are adults around this David, and he did not have this girl in isolation. She was in the vicinity of other adults. And my question is to those adults who are around him, you saw this child over 2 years, and you never had any questions of where her parents were, where she was living, why was she with him all the time? No, because I've done this before. I have been in places where I have found minors in places where they were not supposed to be. And I ask questions. What are you doing here? Who you with? Because I'm an adult and I can see that something is not appropriate. So my question is, the people who were around David, what were y'all doing?
I mean, they probably have all kinds of skeletons in their respective closets.
Frankly. Right,
like that's where my mind goes, because if that type of behavior is condoned, if that type of behavior is just normalized, it's like, that's fine. Like, he's
like a 14-year-old is on tour or in the backstage in a concert at 2 a.m. What's going on?
To me, that sounds like like the people that would condone or shield or hide that sounds like people that have skin in the game, in the sense that, like, it's like, okay, I don't want them looking at what I'm doing. That's because I can't think of any scenario where I'm just a normal guy being a normal human being and I see statutory rape going on, because that's what it is. Like, what
it is. Like, that this is a child.
Because a lot of times, and this happens sometimes, but it's like they'll, instead of saying, because statutory rape sounds bad, so people won't say what it is. It'll be like, oh, he was with a younger girl, like, and like there's kind of like these euphemisms.
I love underage woman. Like,
right.
Child. I love when the headlines
say, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like
engaged in a relationship with an underage woman.
Let's call it what it is. This man raped a child.
Right. Like, let's use the actual language, because of patriarchy, we have this thing where we get to say underage woman when we're literally referring to a girl. And then people just don't see the actual problem, because the way the language is written, it doesn't sound like man raped child. Like, it doesn't sound like that, but that's what it is. And, the fact that this guy had this girl around him for like 2 years, or like over a year for sure, because she ran away once and they found her, they brought her back. I think she ran away again. So these people have...
It was two runaway. You're correct, yes.
So these people saw her for at least 2 years. There's 2 years. and not one adult was like, where's your parents or where are you living? Because all you got to do is ask a few questions. And then, and you're going to
One
get
or two questions. One or two questions fixes all
one
of
or
it.
two questions. I feel like every adult has the responsibility of making sure children are safe. I just feel that that's something that all adults should do. And if you see something, you should be like, hey, you look kind of young. How old are you? Like, ask some freaking questions, and like I said, we know kids. When you talk to kids, when they lie, I mean, I instantly know when a kid is lying to me. I've done it many times. Like, you must think I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. Like, I'm not stupid. Don't lie to my face. Like, what's going on? Like, where are your parents? And this doesn't seem safe.
Can I tell a funny story about a kid lying to me? Because he's not going to see this because he's not a demographic. So I told you my son and his friend came over last night, right? And it was like late, but it's like whatever. My son's 18, so it's fine.
Right. He's a young adult.
He's a young adult. So they come over and we're hanging out, we're having a good time, and this young man says that he's 5'10", or like he's like I'm like 5'10", 5'11", and I'm telling you right now, our mutual friend Sarah will confirm that I am 5'10", like on the button. That's where I'm at.
Shout out to Serotonin. We miss you, girl. Okay, go ahead.
She needs to come back, but it's fine. She's busy. It's cool. No, so I've got 2 inches on this kid.
So he's like my height, is what you say.
And he's like, yeah, I'm like 5'10", 5'11", and he's like, how tall are you?
So what am I, 6 feet?
Right. I am not 6. I'm not even 5'11", much less 6'1". I'm living in my truth.
Right. No, but the thing is, like, you can tell when kids are lying too. Like, even if this girl said, "Oh, I'm an adult," or "I'm 20," or whatever, you're an adult.
Like, exactly. Like,
so, go ahead and let's find your parents. And then the thing is, this child had a missing child photo. Like, it was out in the universe. If you knew her name, you saw her, you could just check to see if she was missing. And that's the thing that's really disturbing. Like, this little girl lost her life, and they still investigating how she lost her life. And then this idiot, he put her dismembered body in the car and just abandoned it. Like, that's the crazy part. What did you think? You think you weren't gonna get caught? Why are criminals so dumb? I don't understand. Like,
you know what I think happens to people sometimes? I think that certain people in situations just panic, and they don't have the like, it's almost like they freeze. So it's like they can't accept what happened being real, and I think that's probably what I mean, again, fuck him. I think he did it. So like fuck him.
Absolutely.
So I don't want this. I'm
not worried. He's going to eventually get arrested. It's going to happen. It's like I feel like the police, the LA police are taking their time, making sure they have a solid case before they move forward, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, this dude, he wrote a what did he say? What was the name of the song? Something homicide.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say it was. I got it.
Romantic homicide.
Romantic
homicide. Released the album on her birthday. This dude is telling on himself. Like, what the matching tattoos, and who tattooed her? She was a minor. Again, adults have responsibilities to look out for children. You're a tattoo artist. You tattooed a minor. What is going on? Like, she couldn't have had ID. So you gotta
wait. This is a true story. The first time I tried to get a tattoo, I was 15 years old. Right, my mom was there with me because
they wouldn't do
it. Right, and they would like even though I had my parent that was like, yeah, he wants to do it, I'll let him do it. They were like, no, like, this is a 15.
You gotta be 18 to get a tattoo. You gotta show an ID to get a tattoo. Again, my issue, forget him. He's going to jail. He's a horrible human being.
Yes.
and he spells his name with a freaking 4. That just makes me
Like the worst Fantastic Four movie ever. But yeah.
forget him. I don't give a fuck. It's the adults who enable this this man to get away with harming this girl. It's the enablers of our society that are the problem, really. Like, there's a lot of danger with men, yes, but it's the people who support these men and allow them to get away with these harmful acts. This was a child. These adults were looking at a kid on a regular basis and just like, like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you can do that as an adult. You have a responsibility to care about children. And that's how I feel. I feel like children should be protected. I don't know who these people are out in the world who just don't give any care to the safety of children.
Children being protected is legitimately like one of my, like, it's like a personal thing for me, because I've seen so many kids, like, I've seen so many kids who are good kids that have been just subjected to just like negative influences and behaviors. And I think about, a parent like yourself, and you and I, we're very different people in a lot of ways, but I feel
we
like
have similar experiences.
Yeah, right. And but it's like, even the way I see, like the way I like how you treat your daughter, it's very comparable and similar to how I treat my son, in terms of trying to make sure that he has a wide breadth of experiences, that like education is important. Like, you're a good egg.
Yeah.
but it's like, the kids. I'm sorry, but the kids that don't have a parent like you, my lord, like
I think about that all the time. I think about the children that don't have advocates, because especially Black kids. Black kids need advocates. They're going to a school that's not Black. They're going to have a racist moment. It's going to happen. You got to have an advocate. But I also want to say, like, my daughter, because I don't know if you guys have been watching my 30 vlogs in 30 days, family emergency, my mom fell. My daughter was the person that had to go into action. And I have to say, I'm very proud of my daughter, because she didn't panic. She knew what to do. She, and I was just thinking, like, man, like, after everything calmed down, I had to go and thank her, give her a hug. Like, man, you really stepped up when I needed you to step up, because I wasn't here, and you did what needed to be done. I'm really proud of you, because I don't even know, like, who are we raising? Like, I'm hoping we're raising the kids, because if she's an adult and she sees a minor with one of her friends, I hope she's like, hold up, wait a minute, how old is this kid? Like, where'd this kid come from? Because, we got to raise good people for society to be a good place for everybody. Like, we're responsible for the folks that we're raising, which is another reason why these racists are a problem. You guys are raising monsters. The right is raising monsters. And
it's funny that you say that, because I've mentioned this online, in a few different spaces, but I've seen so many people talking about Charlie Kirk's children. It's like, oh, I just have so much, feelings. Like, even if you don't like him, I feel for his wife and his children. And the reality is, his wife married him for a reason, and his wife is going to raise those children on the same terrible
foolishness.
What is happening? What are you doing?
I'm trying to capture some video for my vlog.
No, you know what it looked like? It looked like you were squeezing big invisible titties. No, like, that's what I'm being honest. You were like, I just saw this you were like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm trying to, my thing. Okay, only you would say that. Like, okay, I don't know. Like, only you.
You have the ability to mute me. Don't forget. Don't forget.
I have the ability not only just mute you, I can just make you disappear. Like, I can turn your mic off, and I can make you disappear. I have all the power. all the power, all the power. But yeah, I was just trying to grab some footage because this is my Saturday and I'm on
Grab
day
some
20.
footage, yeah.
There's 10 more days after this, and I don't know what I'm gonna do after I finish the 30 vlogs in 30 days because now we have a whole new situation. Like, like my mom's recovery. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. But yeah, I just wanted to capture some footage.
I mean, I don't know how comfortable she would be with it, but like maybe cover the recovery.
Well, you know, she was doing content with me. I don't know if you saw her video.
That's what I'm saying. Like I did, I don't know what her comfort level is, but I know
Yeah,
that she
like I
does
took a
right.
little clip on day 18 because she was up in her bed, and so I took a little tiny clip of my mom because my mom is very she doesn't like to have a bad picture of her out in the world. So like
every single time I've ever taken a picture of my mom, she's been like, "Hey, let me look at that picture." No,
right.
delete that one. Like,
right. So I have to be like, it has to be approved content, but we got this trip coming up and the recovery, she got to go through surgery. So you got to get through surgery on Monday, which I'm very stressed about. You know, I'm doing my live stream. I'm trying to keep life going, but like these are things in the back of my head. And then it's the recovery to be able to walk again. You know, so yeah, like how's that going to go? I don't know. But like I said, we're trying to raise good people and be a good society. And we still got these idiots over here who are just raising monsters who like to kill people and shoot up schools. So, you know, I'm trying to raise a responsible adult who will say something if she saw, you know, a minor hanging out with a 20-year-old for 2 years. Again, I'm just like the people that were around this dude. That's who I'm upset with. He's going to go to jail for sure. For sure. Not even worried about that. It's the people that sat and watched this for 2 years.
The orbit, like
that's who I feel like society needs to focus on. We need to focus on those people because there's always going to be like dirt bags in the world that are harmful to children and to women. But it's the enablers that have made it so that they've been protected for so long. I think that the abuse that children and women have suffered for so long, and then not to say that women can't be abusive because women can be abusive too.
They can be, but I mean, if we're just being honest about like the
statistically speaking,
like you know, and it's funny because it's funny that you say this because like one thing I would love to be is even like if money was no issue, my dream job would just be I run like a daycare because I love kids, like I really do. But at the same time, even if I had enough money to do it and I just opened up Chris's daycare, people would be like, who's this weird guy?
But the thing is, it's like, I don't know. Did you watch a Pee Wee Herman documentary?
Yes, I did.
And so as weird as Pee Wee Herman is, and as much as people tried to like villainize him, he was doing an amazing thing. He was bringing groups of people together, and he was showing the weird people as, you know, caring and kind, and you know, because like I have to say, I border on the weird side. People think I'm weird, and I'm cool with that because I don't really give how you feel about me.
But listen, anybody that associates with me at all is at least like a tiny bit weird.
Right. We all are a little bit on the weird side, but we care about kids deeply. And this idiot David with the 4 in his freaking name that just freaking enrages me every time I think about it.
No, it's diabolical and it's unnecessary.
He would not be able to get away with having a 15-year-old in his entourage if a weird person like me or you was in the vicinity. The problem is we've got.
I'm asking questions. I'm like if I meet. Let me tell you
something. Let me tell you, I've done it. I have done it. You know, I was part of the nightlife back when I was young. Many times there will be somebody I was like, you look a little young. You're on a little young side.
Listen, our kids are close in age, and and David is just a little bit older than them. If one of our children was hanging out with a 14-year-old and like or what, like we, again, I feel like both of, like there would be questions like from this, like what is going, first of all, what is going on? I don't think this is good. What's happening? Like, but no adults in their orbit or sphere were asking these questions. And then what I think is kind of fucked up was how I believe it's the mother of the girl, but I don't know if it's the mother and the father. I don't know, but I think it was at least the mother. I'm not sure. But was like, yeah, like she has a boyfriend named David
At 12. Like what the first of all,
well, she's 12 years old.
At 12, I like I said, the problem a lot with abuse and harm that is coming to our children is the enablers that are around. I'm a mom. You know, my child at 12 didn't have.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
Have a boyfriend, and at 13 there was no mention of boyfriend. And if there was a boyfriend, there would be a discussion of who's this boyfriend and his name and who's his parents and where does he live and what does he, you know, how old is he? None of that would just be accepted. Like, you can't just text the boyfriend that I don't know who you texting. I know who my child is talking to. I think that we have to just be responsible parents, but I don't think it's the parents' fault that this boy, well, I keep calling him a boy, and I'm not calling him a boy because of his age. I'm calling him a boy because of my age. Like, to me, I want to just point out this is a man. And he's a 20-year-old. He's a young man, but to me, he's a boy. Like, I feel like this.
Right. Like we view him as a boy because, like, to me, he's a kid.
Yeah. To me, he's a boy.
And if you're a 20-year-old man, like, you have to have some culpability.
Right. He's a man in the sense.
I look at my son's 18, right?
Right. But, and he's a young man. To me, he's a young man, but he's
man.
also. He's a boy to me.
I look at my son as a kid, but if he did something wrong, I would be completely on board with him having the culpability of
right.
He's
got adult culpability. Like,
right.
You know, he's going to be charged as an adult. He's not a child. But exactly. I keep calling him boy because he's 20, and I'm like, I got a whole lot more years on him. I got some decades on him. So I just want to be like, I'm not calling him a boy because he's a boy. I'm calling him a boy because I'm old. Like, just to be honest. But we got to have people who are looking out and stepping up and saying something when they see something that's not okay. And right now, I'm just looking at the people that he had around him because I know how artists operate. It's not just him in isolation with this girl. It's him and the people who are on stage with him and the people who are backstage with him and his management and his attorneys and his accountants. All of these people are around this person, and they had to have seen this little girl and said nothing. And that, to me, I feel like
they definitely saw it.
It's
impossible for them not to have seen it.
Right. And that's what's bothering me is that we have this whole story about this guy with this girl for 2 years. Right. 2 years. That's a long time.
And he's literally writing songs about her, and then and not only writing songs about her, but writing songs about what he wants to do to her. Like,
yeah, I haven't read the lyrics.
If I'm an adult in his orbit and I hear that fucking killing song that he wrote, and I know that the person that wrote this song has a little like 13 or 14-year-old girlfriend.
Right. We need to have a conversation.
I'm going to do something. I'm not going to stand there and be like, well, whatever. He's just creative. That's crazy.
Right. And then, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I didn't know who this person was at all. I've never heard of any of their music. And now I'm looking up the lyrics because I'm just curious.
Wait. When you look up the lyrics, they're insane. I burned my chicken a little bit.
I'm reading them. Maybe I need to screenshot this and put it on the thing.
No. Put it on the screen because I have to attend to my chicken because I burned it a little bit. I'm kind of upset. It's still gonna be tasty, but whatever.
No, go ahead. Because a little burn is okay, Chris.
A little burn is okay.
Little burn is okay. Little crispy is okay. It's when it's charred, and I don't think you're at charred yet.
No, I'm not. No, I'm definitely not in charge.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the lyrics. Hold on, I'm gonna put them up because.
No, put them up. But the ribs are good, so I got that going for me.
So yeah, and especially a little char on the ribs. Now, come on now.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta have a little burn, a little something, little that's seasoning. It's a little seasoning. That's just seasoning. There, you can't have it. You can't have it be without a little burn. A little burn is okay. All right, I'm pulling up the lyrics. Just a lot, just a little seasoning. It's okay. All right, let me pull up the first image because I haven't read it. All right, he says, "I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decision you made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. Not a
Woo,
single
I
tear."
didn't even cry. Go
Right.
ahead.
And this is
I
from
love you.
2022. So she was still alive at this point.
Alive, and she and very much a child, because she was always a
Right.
child, but like even
This is
younger.
3 years ago, so she's 13.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. Do I love you? No, I hate you. In the back of my mind, you died and I didn't even cry. Not a single tear. Hold on, I have to bring up the other one. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. All right, I'm bringing up the second set. Yeah. So I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. Do I love you? No, I hate you.
No,
In
I
the back of
hate
my
you.
mind, you
Jesus
died.
fucking Christ. Like,
I
this
didn't
is
even cry. I did not a single tear. I killed you and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I love you. I love you. Okay. So this is the first time I've
lockdown
actually
back there. Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah, first time I've actually looked at the lyrics of the Romantic Homicide. Apparently, he also has a song called Celeste that wasn't released. So I wonder if they're going to release the lyrics on that. So yeah, again,
No,
I
hold on. I
think that
think they
he's
did.
bad.
I think I saw the lyric. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. One second. Go ahead, keep
Yeah,
going.
but I mean, I know that this dude is a dirtbag. I'm not surprised at any of this, but it's again, we've got to become a better. We got to become better people where we're concerned about others. And just I feel like just one person saying, "Hey, who's this girl that's around you?" could have maybe saved her life. And that goes for a lot of people. I feel like I made a post the other day about how a lot of men are obsessed with their exes because this woman posted on her Facebook that her ex was, upset with her and stalking her, and she had gotten, I think she'd even gotten a restraining order, and he killed her. Like, these stories are happening all the time. It is a constant thing where women are pointing out that their exes are doing something and nobody's saying anything. Like, these men are showing their obsession with their exes and nobody's speaking up and saying, "Hey, bruh, like, what the hell? Like, why are you
Move
obsessed with your
on, dude. Like
ex?"
one thing that I'm really big on, and I think that you might kind of like know this about me at this point, is like I am a big person. Like, I'm big on policing your own areas, and what I mean by
Right.
that is like I'm a black man. So when
Mhm,
I'm a black heterosexual man. So when I see
mhm.
black heterosexual men talking wild and saying weird shit, I I want to police my own areas, and
Right.
not only like confront people, which I do. Like, I try not to fight a lot, but whatever. You know how I am. I'm petty, but like
Mhm.
also by creating groups that counteract what they're like, the types of things that they're doing. Um, Again, I think that there was just such a lack of like people policing their own areas.
Right. And I just want to say, like it doesn't take much effort to care. So if you see something that is not okay, like you see your friend saying really negative things about their ex, that you think, okay, you might say one or two things, but when you see a pattern of constantly saying negative things about somebody, You gotta say, hey,
that's what I mean when I talk about like policing your own
yeah,
areas. It's like if
yeah, like,
even in like not even just like online or whatever, but like
yeah,
my real in real life friends. I've like so I'm not gonna dox him because he'll be annoyed. But I was just talking to a friend of mine like in person, like he was in my home,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
And he was upset at his wife. They're thinking about getting a divorce. Hey, that's not my thing, but like or like what again, I'm saying I just don't have any skin in that game, but I'm going to give my friend
right,
counsel. And there were certain things that he was saying about his wife where I'm like, hey, like,
right.
you know what I
Just
mean?
it
Like,
doesn't. It doesn't take a lot. Like what I'm saying is, if people would just stop being afraid to be uncomfortable. Again, it comes back to comfort
right,
and
right.
say, hey, say the uncomfortable thing. Like,
But
hey,
but but,
little
but
girl, why are you here?
why
That's
are you? What is
or,
going on? Like, why?
hey, hey,
Correct.
bruh, why you keep talking about somebody that's not talking about you? Like just say
But
the thing. Just share it
that's
just
the
a
thing when
little bit.
when I talk about policing your own areas, it's like I'm not saying that like when I talk about this guy and the guy that has this guy David has a girl in his trunk, right? Like I'm not I'm not there were probably women in his orbit,
Mhm.
right? That could have done something. But when I think I kind of like missed this when I was trying to explain when I was talking about policing your own areas, like this is the point that I'm trying to make. It's like where were the guys, man? It's like
Like the thing is, I think
you know what I
as a
mean? Like
society,
because
I think
I
we're
could say
both
wait, hold on.
frustrated. Hold on.
Let me
Okay.
just make one point. I'm sorry, I apologize. So like
Mhm.
I could see a scenario where a woman in David's orbit sees this weird scenario, but they're worried about what he could do to them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, like there is a certain level of like, you know,
Yeah. Fear. That
pressure
might be
that can be
fear.
put on a but like there were men in this orbit. And that's kind of what
Right.
I'm saying when I talk about policing your own areas. It's like,
Yeah.
do you want to be the type of man that is going to see that this 20-year-old guy has some like
It's parading up a
13-year-old
teenager
girl or
around.
14, whatever, you know what I mean? And he's writing song and you're sitting here like doing like
You're in the
press fit.
studio. She's
Yeah,
sitting
like
there in
right,
the
like you're
studio.
in the city and he's like, I'm killing this bitch. Like
Right. Like she's a minor at 2 a.m. in a studio with no adults. You see it.
and, and
And
he's writing
that's my
songs like that. Like you're in the room, like she's
right.
next to him in the room, and he's writing
And
songs
my
about
thing is,
killing somebody who's
right.
like, do
So
I love you? I hate you. I like there
right.
was nobody in the room above the age of 35 that was like, hey, this shit is weird.
Can we have it? But okay, so my point is abuse is often I think I made a tweet about this, like people protect those in power, and that's the problem.
Absolutely.
Like there's this knee-jerk reaction to not say anything to somebody who has some power, who's being abusive because of some fear. And my thing is, if you see somebody in harm's way, or if you see something that's just not quite right, if you say something in that moment, you could save somebody's life. And I think that's my point, is that
Yeah.
right now we have a society that enables abusers and people who harm others because people are afraid to say something. And we got to get out of that space of being afraid to say something, because right now folks are dying. This little girl is gone. She can't come
He's
back.
gone. Yeah.
And she's gone. And again, I keep saying, like, I haven't seen any articles about the people that were around him. That's why I'm pointing it out, and that's why I brought it up. It's like she wasn't there and nobody saw her. It wasn't just her and him 100% of the time. There were people around who saw this situation and said nothing, and that is my issue. Because you could have literally saved this little girl's life had you spoken up and said, something's wrong. she's a minor, and we all know minors. Again, as an adult, we know when we talk. You might not. I'll even bring up when I was 21, I was out with my friend who had a sister who was 16, and physically, this 16-year-old girl looked older than me. She did. She was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. So she could get in, back then she was tall. She was like 6 foot tall, beautiful woman. Well, beautiful teenage girl. But
I know what you mean when you said that, but yes.
Yeah, but she looked like a woman who was in her 20s. Physically, she did. As soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, this is a 16-year-old. Like, it's like, even if you were like, oh, she didn't look like she was a minor, as soon as you have a conversation with a minor, you're talking to a minor. There's no mature 16-year-old that's going to fool you into thinking that they're in their 30s. It just doesn't happen. So even if you're like, oh, I didn't know because they didn't look, ask some questions. Have a conversation.
Let me tell you something. One of my best friends in high school, right? When I met him, okay, in high school, we're both 14 years old. He met me, he looked at me, and I want to be super clear about something. I looked exactly like this when I was 14, and I had this voice. The only difference was I had hair. I didn't lose my hair yet. But I was like, this was who I was. Now, I'm not I don't think I'm like Barry White with my voice is so deep, or I'm just like a giant man. But I look like an adult man, right? But I look like an adult man. I look like a man. So like he thought I was a teacher when he first met me, but he spoke to me for a little bit and realized like, oh, this is another kid, because. Even though I look and sounded like this, I was 14 in the 90s, so I'm like, penis, just joking.
Yeah. As soon as it's like, even if the child is presenting like an adult physically, as soon as you talk to him,
that was the point. Like, right.
As soon as you talk, you're gonna know this is a child. So I don't want to hear any excuses about, oh, well, we thought they were. Oh, that's bullshit. You knew, that this is a kid. And so again, I just think that the fact that we live in a society that enables this type of abuse, because nobody is like saying, oh, asking a little question. All you gotta do, ask a little question, or hey, why are you doing that? Or why are you talking about this person this way? Obsessively. You seem obsessed. Those little things can save somebody's life. It's just little things that really literally can save somebody's life. If you're just a little bit nosy, if you're just a little bit overbearing, like because you're thinking about somebody's safety, do that because you could help somebody. And I'm always going to be that person. I'm the person that will call the police because I hear children screaming, and that's a real, like, that really happened. Like I'm that person. You got to care about folks. And I guess that's where I'm at. It's like, you have to care more about other people than just yourself, because again, this girl is gone. And I know that these people saw her, and I'm wondering how they feeling now, because they could have said something. They just sat there. And,
I mean, going back to, the one of the early topics that we were talking about, where, we had the quote where Charlie Kirk was talking about how he doesn't believe in empathy. It's like, my God, like, look, I'm not very religious, but like, I speak to my Christian brothers and sisters when I say this, like, don't let people try to tell you that he was some kind of great Christian, because empathy is so
at the
important.
basis of actual Christianity.
Right. So it's like, if somebody's like, I don't believe in empathy, like, you literally are in opposition to Christ. What are we even talking about? I'm sorry. I don't mean to get on my soapbox. It's like, I'm hearing what you're talking about, and I'm just thinking about empathy.
Yeah. Just a little bit. I'm
sick of this planet. I love you and a lot of my other friends dearly, but like, other than y'all, I'm sick of this place.
I say it every day. I'm tired of humans. I say it. My daughter hears me every day. Like, I'm sick of humans. I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. I'm exhausted. Y'all have exhausted me. I like a few. I like a handful. I probably can put all 5 of y'all on my hand. Like, I care about you.
I have enough
daughter.
fingers for the
It
human
might be
beings.
10, but I'm just saying. Like, I really am so through with human beings and the fact that it like and listen. I don't know how we're gonna get through. I think this show is like our therapy every week. Like, we get to like just get it out.
Yeah, big time. Yes,
living is hard right now. Like, every day, I'm like, oh, we didn't even get to the.
I have my tea. I have my water.
Yeah.
I have my food
Like-
that I'm cooking,
like,
and
we've been
we
here an hour and a half.
talk about how this world should be better. And I think if more people listen to us, frankly, I think the world would be better off. I don't know.
The thing is, we didn't even get to the black men who have been lynched in, was it Mississippi? We didn't even get to that. We didn't even get to, and I think we might have to hold it, because I think that, like, we didn't get to it. Like, it's so much going on.
Can I say one thing? And yes, we should, like, because we're probably going to run long, because if we talk about it, we're going to be talking for another 2 hours. It reminded me of when the other boy got rolled up in the mats.
Yes, in North Carolina. I can't think of his name, but that's who I thought of too. Like, they keep trying to play in our face and say that our young men in college are committing suicide and hanging themselves or wrapping themselves up in mats and being placed behind the bleachers. Somehow he did that on his own. And it's hard. Like, it's hard to function when you realize that not only are they lynching Black people and blaming Black people for the death that was white on white crime, that our kids are in danger. Like, we have to be really vigilant of protecting our Black children, because these people are like, they feel emboldened right now. They feel bold.
As my son, and my son still very much does look like a young teenager, but as he's grown and aged, I've worried more and more, because at the end of the day, he's like big enough where if a cop sees him walking down the street, he's looked at as like
he's a threat. He's a threat in their mind. That's a threat. I have the same. My daughter's taller than me. She's probably like their height, and so, as sweet and as kind as she is, she's still a Black girl who the society will deem a threat or a problem if she doesn't acquiesce to whatever some white person who thinks they have an authority,
or heaven forbid, because she's 5'10" or something, that someone thinks she's trans.
They'll think she's trans because she's tall, and the hate is like there's so many fears as Black people that, like I said, we were talking about, we have a heightened sense of awareness. It's so many things that we have to consider living in this country and dealing with. And then we warned y'all that this was going to get worse. We're telling you it's going to get worse if y'all don't get up and do something. We've been living in terror the whole time we've been here. So we're teaching our kids how to navigate it. And did you think about how teaching your child how to navigate a system that is always against them? Like, I have to tell my child all the time, it's not fair, and it's never going to be fair. And no matter how good you are, you have to be better. Like, that sucks. Like, to tell her that, expect racism. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Expect racism to affect your life. Like, expect it. Expect coming. People to no, it's not. We've had incidents. Like, it ain't coming. It's already, like, it is a thing. It's been there.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
So she was I think her first incident was sixth grade. Sixth grade was the first I could say was racial. It was racially based. And my daughter, who was at sixth grade, was a top performing math student. The what do they call it? The resource person that's supposed to be in the room for the kids who are in special ed was hovering over my child as if she didn't know how to do her work, and kept checking on her when she was supposed to be checking on some white kids. But she decided, and the thing is, was crazy, as that she didn't realize that I was very good, I wouldn't say friends, but very close to the principal because the principal's wife was my daughter's teacher for 2 years and knew my child very well. So they were very familiar with who my child was and academically knew who my child was. So when I reported it, he was like, like, we gonna wrap this up right away because it was a microaggression. But yeah, racism. Our black kids don't get a respite from racism until they're adults. The racism starts from jump. So
and it's the same thing that we have to watch out for in terms of, like, for example, medical outcomes for Black women. Like, we know that, like,
I'm dealing with this now with my mom.
Right? Like, so it's like y'all are just treated a certain way, and it's like it's the same thing with the kids. Like it's like this. But let me tell you something. You talk about a kid being watched in terms of that, like, oh, like, what's going on with this kid? I've had to be, throughout my son's.
We have to advocate for our kids. We were just talking about that.
I was at his school all the time because I was like, there was one time. Let me tell a quick story. I'm sorry. There was one time they said that Christian was imitating like a shooting, like he was going to shoot people, right? Have you ever heard of Mega Man? How much do you know about video games? Okay.
I was a gamer. I used to play Mega Man.
Okay, so he was pretending to be Mega Man. So he did like this, like the arm cannon that Mega Man has. Right. He was like, pew, pew, pew. And they were like, oh, he's like, it's like a school shooter. And so I went like, so
he doesn't fit the profile, which he does not fit the profile. The profile of a school shooter is a white male, Christian, right winger. Every time, the majority, 80-something%, like almost 90% of all school shooters are white men. So he's not even the profile, but they still stereotyped him as the school shooter. This is the stuff I'm talking. Racism is a wild thing.
I literally, let me tell you what I literally did. I pulled up video of Mega Man like shooting his arm thing and being like, this is what you said Christian was doing, right? He was doing Mega Man because that's Mega Man. And then wait, I'm hold on. This is my favorite part of this. So the one guy in this meeting, because it was a whole meeting, it was a whole thing. He was like, well, he was still shooting. And I was like, well, what about A Christmas Story? And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, in A Christmas Story, Ralphie wanted a Red Ryder BB gun, and that was a gun. That was a real gun. Like, so are you going to sit here and say that my son is going to be a school shooter because he's talking about laser beams with robots, but like A Christmas Story is okay? And like that was kind of the moment where they were like, all right, okay. But if I didn't advocate for him in that moment, they would have just looked at him like he's going to be a fucking school shooter.
And exactly. And that's the problem. A lot of Black kids don't have advocates. Like, they really just don't, because we're different in the sense that we'll come at you, like, don't mess with our kids. But some Black people are afraid because of they don't want to disrupt the white comfort.
Going back to what the point that you were making earlier, like, it all comes full circle. Seriously, like, so
some black kids have parents who are not going to show up and protect them because they don't want to disrupt the white comfort. They're just going to let their kid take the punishment. Not all Black kids have advocates like us. And so I've seen that too. And I always feel bad because that's going to shape their reality. That's how I think sometimes that's how we end up with coons, because the parents, they want to disrupt the white comfort. And so now we have these kids who think, well, the white people must be right. Like, I must be the school shooter. Like, like there's so many factors. There's so many things. And again, there's so many stresses that Black people are dealing with all the time. This is 100% of the time. We don't rest. That's why we have high blood pressure, bro. It's racism, man. What's the show? Kenya Barris? He say it's all because of slavery. It's all because of slavery. All of the stuff We're
not.
dealing
I'm
with.
not going to disagree with that at all. I don't.
I feel like we should end on that note. It's all because of slavery, y'all.
all because labor.
It all comes back to slavery.
That's a good note to end on because I have to go.
Yeah, me too. It's like, okay, we'll get back to it. But just remember, y'all, it's all because of slavery. All of it. All of the problems. It's all because of slavery. All right, share your socials.
So things you don't see every day with Chris Taliaferro, both on Facebook and TikTok. Those are the two main places right now. There's also things you don't see every day with Chris Taliaferro, which is obviously the podcast, but we've got to record new episodes. So like, don't even worry about that. Just go to the Facebook page, go to the TikTok page, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
That's all you got. All right. Let me see.
Shout out to my podcast co-host Serotonin. I
Sarah.
miss her so much.
You so much.
She's the best.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with my 30 vlogs in 30 days. You know that first of all, we're taking a trip at the end of the year with my family, my mom and my daughter. You also know my mom fell on Monday and broke her arm and leg. So everything is crazy right now, but at this point, we're still going. We're still going. We haven't changed plans so far. Of course, that could change, but right now we're still looking for sponsors. So if you know any businesses that would like to work with us, of course, probably going to be documenting all of the stuff leading up to the trip because I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't know this was going to happen. So my life is really crazy right now. So if you want to keep up, just, follow me on YouTube. I am posting my real life. And it just got really crazy. But
real life is the best life sometimes, though. Real life is the best life. Like that, and what I would say is anyone who's looking to sponsor, just think about how life can have its ups and downs and how that can, in certain ways, really like make your content a little more interesting.
Well, I have to say, I'm really grateful for all the strangers that I don't know in real life who are sending positive messages, who, wishing my mom to heal up well. I appreciate that because let me tell you, the other day I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like I haven't broken down and cried, but I had a day where
you're doing great. And
yeah.
If I don't know your mom, but I'm going to tell you right now, if your mom is as strong as you are, she's going to be great.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going on this trip, 3 generations, 1 journey. We're looking for sponsors. Also, we would love to work with Pattern Beauty. So if y'all could tag Pattern in those posts about, 3 generations, 1 journey, like, hey, work with this family, I would greatly appreciate that. That would be lovely. Tag. And because, we have 3 different hair textures. And I feel like, hey, like this is like a perfect match in terms of like brand and family. Like, come on. Anyway, so tag them. Would love to work with them. And my socials, Kai Nicole on Facebook, Twitter, and Threads, I think. Yep. And then Kai. No, wait. Kai Nicole on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky, and Kai Fly Mommy on Instagram and Threads. Follow me there.
I knew. Yeah. I'm on it.
I appreciate it. Look, I don't even know how I'm functioning at this point, but I'm functioning somehow. I don't know how.
We're both exhausted adults. It's fine.
Yeah, anyway. So follow me. I always try to reply to people, and again, thank you all for watching. We will be here next week. We good for next week? We'll probably.
I'm down to clown. What's good? I'm here.
Like I said, I feel like this is our weekly therapy session. Like how we surviving in society right now. This is like all of this is going on, and we kind of got to function and be parents and go to work and like do all this stuff as Black people. Like I feel like this is Black therapy.
Listen, I will never complain about a Saturday where I talk to a smart lawyer as I cook food. I feel like that.
Y'all, he keeps calling me a lawyer. I don't practice, so don't.
You went to law. Oh wait, you graduated law school, right? Oh, hey, you graduated law school, right?
Don't get them people excited like I'm gonna jump up and do a case for them. I'm not. But all right,
But
so
I'm trying to give you your flowers for your education because it's
I
a beautiful
appreciate
thing. I'm
it.
not
No,
joking.
I like talking to you too, because man, these people ain't so bright out here on the internet and the interwebs. You know, I log off because I'm like, okay. Like I said, Van Jones this morning, that was the last thing I saw. I was like, I
Oh
can't
my
even.
Lord.
After I blocked him, and I didn't even read it. I just saw Charlie Kirk sent me a DM, and I was like, Van
And you're like,
Jones?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm
Absolutely
out.
not.
I'm out.
Block.
I don't want to hear anything
Because
you have to say, Mr. Van
I
Jones.
just like, we gotta stop giving them energy, please. Like, let's just put them away somewhere. So yeah, that was it. Now I gotta stay offline so that nobody pisses me off because the world is trash. Anyway, all right, y'all. Thanks for
We
watching.
gotta get out of here. I know you want to get out of here.
I'm hitting